Update 11 for Prehistoric Kingdom is finally out, and with it comes the very, very awesome Plateosaurus, or Plateosaurus, however you pronounce it. Personally, I pronounce it Plateosaurus, so that's what we're going to do, which is something I'm very excited about because I love early sauropodomorphs. They look so flippin' cool. Just look at that. This design looks incredible. I placed in both of the species. They're both present in here, and yeah, and if you couldn't tell, I tried to recreate the the scene from Walking with Dinosaurs, that waterfall up there. Did a terrible job over here, but you know, for 5 minutes of work, I don't think it's bad. Yeah, I have them all in here, you know, both males and females. They look absolutely stunning. I love that. I'm going to use this opportunity to talk a little bit more about why Plateosaurus is so awesome, and early sauropodomorphs in general. Of course, them being early sauropodomorphs means that they're basically the precursor to the later sauropods that we all know so very well, like the Brachiosaurus, the Camarasaurus, Diplodocus, all those really, really awesome guys. But what's really cool about them is, of course, the earlier back you go, the more bipedal they become. As in, like, this guy couldn't switch to quadrupedal locomotion. It was an obligate biped. In Walking with Dinosaurs, of course, they were portrayed as obligate quadrupeds, but that has since changed. And that is just so incredibly interesting, especially when you look at their arms that have these claws that could have possibly been used for defense, as well as just kind of like pulling down branches and all that good stuff. You know, classic herbivore stuff. But they also have some things that are pretty reminiscent to later sauropods, like the long neck, a relatively small head, and a mouthful of teeth that are just perfectly designed for stripping leaves off of branches. They are seriously such cool animals, and I am so happy that it's in the game. You have no idea. Look how awesome it looks. Perfect. But along with the Plateosaurus, there was this little fella added, known as leaellynasaura. They look so good. They are also in Walking with Dinosaurs as well. They're these little fellas right here in all of their naked glory. They of course have feathers here, and I think that they did a fantastic job at them. I also want to create an enclosure that's based off of their Walking with Dinosaurs appearance, kind of like that little ice forest that they had going on. Or at the very least, I'll do that to the best of my abilities. Oh! That must be new. They used to be able to stop them. But before I get into that, and if you just want to skip that, then you could probably go to a timestamp that I'll have set up. I'll also show you a lot of the other things that we have in this game, which is the staff. They have been added along with it. I'm not too knowledgeable about the inner workings of it all, but I know for a fact that these restaurants I have placed down are now all staffed up, which I believe that was not really, like, you can hire staff in here. And I hired as many staff as I possibly could to make sure that we were well stocked. There is also an animal, that's the animal nursery right there. There is the fossil depot, and this is where you'll go to excavate fossils if you're not playing on sandbox mode. And I think that's it. There's the research station too. This helps you get a lot of the structures and things like that that you need to get. Again, if you're not in sandbox mode, which is what we're playing on. I'm primarily a sandbox player. I don't usually play through anything else, and since I've only recently gotten a PC, this is as much progress as I've made in this park so far. So far I think it's looking kind of cool, especially now that I have some Plateosaurs in here. But now, for all of you timestamp jumpers, we are going to start creating the leaellynasaura enclosure. I don't really want anything too crazy. They are little fellas after all. So I'm thinking just kind of something like this. Probably like attached to the Plateosaurus enclosure. I know that my building skills are terrible. You don't have to let me know. I tell myself that every night before I go to sleep. But I am still a learner. I am but a learner. This game that we call Prehistoric Kingdom. That looks kind of funky, but I just want to get these guys created. You know, I just want to see them. So what I'm thinking right here is we create a little bit of, like, river running through, because if I remember correctly, there was a river in the show in that particular episode. And then, since they live in the, like, cooler part, I want to have some stuff that there's probably like this, I'd say. A little bit more like this. There's a lot of these type of ferns in the episode, I'd say. Now all we need is a little Koolasuchus to put in the water, and then it'll be perfect. It'll be the perfect reconstruction of that episode. I mean, it doesn't look perfect, but again, my biggest goal right now is to just get the leaellynasaura out here. I'm really excited to see these little guys. Okay, that'll do for now. Now what I want to do, again, is click on this if I can. Oh, and on top of all of that, this is something that I think is really cool. They also divided all of the creatures by species instead of genus, which I think, again, I just think that's really cool. Take, for example, Tarbosaurus has its own little spot right now, even though it was a separate species from T-Rex. But now they're separate. They're not under the same category anymore. Or you have the the 3 species of Camarasaurus. You got the 2 species of Plateosaurus. Chironosaurus is now its own thing. The 2 species of Parasaurolophus, and so on and so forth. I think that's really cool that they did that. Just a nice little way to help everybody differentiate them. It's like you got the 2 species of Triceratops. It's really cool. But anyway, leaellynasaurus. Now we got to get at least 2 of every single one, both male and female. So we get 1 of this, 1 of that, this, that, this, that. Alrighty. And then we bring them back. Select them all. The whole UI has changed. It looks so slick and it looks so awesome, but I'm not used to it. And let's get these guys in here. I love how long their tails are. Look how cool. Look at them. Look at you. This is, I believe, the 2nd Australian dinosaur in the game. Of course, the first was Muttaburrasaurus, another dinosaur that I absolutely love. This is a really cool one to have. Who knows if we'll have maybe Australovenator in the game in the future. In Walking with Dinosaurs, it's known as the Polar Allosaurus. It has since been reclassified as a Megaraptor, as Australovenator. Look how it swims. Look how cool you look. You look awesome. Everything in this game just looks awesome. Look at you climbing rocks. Trying to recreate that scene from Walking with Dinosaurs. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of all of you. You guys are doing well. You guys are doing well. Heck, I'm even proud of the Admonosaurs for escaping. Before the update, they could not get over this. So I'm assuming I'm going to have to make some updates to this enclosure just to keep them in. Fortunately, it's just sandbox, though, so that really doesn't affect too much. I love the way that they look, though. Look at you. Look at you swim. Wow. Also, on top of all of that, we also have a Paleopedia now. I think it should be working. Gives you all of the information you need about the dinosaur and other prehistoric creature. Animal research pending. Pending park scientist approval. I don't know what that means. I don't know what I need to do in order to do that. Does it mean that do I have to have the creature for it to pop up on the Dinopedia? What's a creature that I have on this park so far? I have Dilophosaurus. No, it's still not here. If I'm missing anything, be sure to let me know, because I feel like there might be some information present for these animals. Park scientist approval. What does that mean? Is there like another building I need to create? Oh, you can also add another visitor entrance. I don't think this was in the game beforehand, so that's cool. But I'm not finding anything else. I mean, there's the research center. Does that count? Do I have any, maybe I don't have anybody hired at the research station. Oh, wait, no, that's right. It's this. I forgot. Just fire them if I so choose. But no, I think that this game is really moving in some awesome directions. Of course, you know, this game is still very early in its development, so it's not perfect, but I'm really digging this. Again, I really like early sauropodomorphs, and I'm so glad that they added these guys. I think they did such a good job at them. The fact that they're completely bipedal, which is something we know was true for Plateosaurus, and their colors look really good. The way he phases through that fence is perfect. And I like the differences in the sizes. I think that they look so fantastic here. So really hats off to the developers on this one. I do think that the Plateosaurus was a standout here. It's mainly because I'm biased because I just like them. I think he's stuck, but he's partially recreating the scene, so that's okay. And these little fellas are just, yeah, they're just great.
This little cutie is leaellynasaura. I often hear parents begging us to open a petting zoo, if only because their children won't stop asking to pet the leaellynasaura. Personally, I've found these dinosaurs to be rather skittish, so I don't think they take well to flocks of children grabbing at their tails.
Was I pronouncing it leaellynasaurus? I hope I wasn't. It's leaellynasaura. I hope I wasn't pronouncing it incorrectly. Shoot. That'd be embarrassing if I was. There's the the Paleopedia up here. But still nothing. Still nothing. Who knows? But no, these are really fantastic designs, and they look so good. Look at them. Look how adorable they look. The way they're all swimming around and everything. Not a fear in the world for a Kulusukus. They look awesome. They look awesome. I really like this game. I have no idea how well this video is going to perform. Of course, we're mainly just talking about the update, but I would love to play this game a little bit more. This is literally one of my favorite games. You know, I just think it's a fantastic game, and I'm increasingly excited to continue to follow its development, you know. I'm sure my Dilophosaurus here agrees. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for this one. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and a comment, and consider subscribing. You know, something like that really does help out the channel. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and